Good morning, my fellow mountain athletes. High five for showing up to another breathwork session with me, Coach Anthony from Recal Training. Whatever your goal is on the mountain, I want to help you breathe stronger and breathe better so that you can climb higher and adventure safer on the mountain. Today's session is a good one. We're gonna get into some respiratory muscle training as well as lung capacity development. Then we're gonna end with a nice, soft, soothing, breathwork focused meditation for you to hopefully continue on with the rest of your day in a positive way. All you really need today, well, actually there are a couple of things that I recommend you having if you have them. Number one, a chair. That one's pretty straightforward. You can have your yoga mat ready if you want to do that for the finishing breathwork protocol that we're going to do. But some of the most important things that we're going to do today are respiratory muscle training and lung capacity development. That would require your sports mask, optionally your sports mask, optionally your Buteyko belt, and optionally a balloon. So if you want to take a moment, go ahead and grab those things. I'm actually gonna grab them myself. So give me just 1 second. So I've got my sports mask ready. I have my Buteyko belt ready that will go around my rib cage. And then I have a balloon ready. I've got a backup just in case as well. We have been known to burst some balloons here in these training sessions. So go ahead and grab that seated position. We're gonna start with a little bit of stretching for the rib cage, get your body ready to go with some deep breathing. So from that seated position, let's take a nice big breath in through the nose. Fill up as much as you can and hold it at the top for 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Let's take another one. Let's do 2 more in total. Deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Last one, deeply in. Fill up, fill up, fill up. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let it go. Good. Go ahead and put your hands up above your head. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. I want you to lean to your left. Take a deep breath in this position. Feel that right side of your body expand, and then exhale. Switch arms now, right hand grabbing the left wrist, stretching up, lean to your right, take a deep inhale. Exhale. Good, now we're gonna do something I call climb the ladder. So reach with your right hand, climb the rope, pull the rope down. Switching hands each and every time, focus on your breathing. Try to extend that hand higher and higher with each reach. We're climbing the rope. What we're doing here is we're stretching out those intercostal muscles, the muscles in between each bone in our rib cage. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Go ahead and shake it out. All right. What we're gonna do now is simply unblock our nose. We're gonna do the nose unblocking exercise like we typically do. I want you to take a normal breath in through your nose, and then a normal breath out. Pinch your nose and hold your breath at the bottom of that exhale, and gently nod your head up and down. We're going for a medium level of air hunger here. Maybe stay with me for 3, 2, 1. Release, breathe in through the nose. Breathe normally for 3 breaths. I invite you to make this a bit of a meditation as you drop into your body, into your breath, and preparing for some stronger breathing that you're gonna do today. Take another breath in. Breath out. Pinch your nose, hold your breath, gently nod. Stay with me for 3, 2, 1, release, breathe in. Nice. We're going to do that one more time. Breathe normally for the next 3 breaths. One more time, in and out. Pinch and hold, nod your head. Again, this shouldn't be a strong breath hold, just reaching a medium level of air hunger, the feeling like you need to take a breath. And when you reach that point, release your nose. Breathe in through the nose immediately after. All right, hopefully you notice maybe some more moisture inside the nasal cavity. Maybe it feels a bit clearer. Let's take one big breath together just to exercise that hopefully cleared out nose. Deeply in. Let it go. All right, nice. We're going to begin with some sports mask speed breathing. I'm going to actually hop over to our to the seat that we have right here. So give me 1 second. I'll meet you there. Okay, so hopefully you've got your sports mask ready to go. You've got your Buteyko belt on. Remember, this should be tight and it should be primarily around your belly with about 1 inch worth of space up onto your rib cage. That way, when we breathe, we're actually breathing against this resistance. And then with the sports mask, just go ahead and put that on. If you don't have either one of these, no problem. Forget about the Buteyko belt, not an issue. If you don't have a sports mask, what I want you to do is, when we inhale, I want you to block 1 nostril. So you're breathing strong against that resisted form of air. I am going to demo this with the sports mask, but again, if you don't have it, no problem. This will be challenging for me to communicate to you with this on. We're going to do 3 sets of 10 reps. The key here is when you inhale, I want you to inhale not from a pressed out exhale, not that. I want you to inhale from a neutral lung position. So after a passive exhale, then begin that inhale. That will help force your diaphragm to work harder, which will improve the strength of your diaphragm. So go ahead and prepare yourself. And with the sports mask set to the highest setting, if you have that, go ahead and click that over to the furthest right and begin 10 strong breaths. Let's go for 5 more. We want the pressure to come from the belly when you feel that inhale. So that means that your diaphragm is doing the work here. Last one. Good. Go ahead and relax. Please keep your sports mask on during the recovery breathing that we're going to be here for the next 30 to 45 seconds. As you recover, I want you to think breathing through the nose. Breathe slow and breathe low. Feel the air expand in your belly with each recovery breath. If you feel lightheaded at any point in time, especially if you're doing some 1 nostril breathing, that's not going to allow you to re-inhale some of the carbon dioxide that you do with the sports mask, which helps prevent that lightheadedness. Just know that you're in control. If the lightheadedness is too overwhelming, just slow down your breathing. All right, let's go once more. This next one, I am going to demo it with 1 nostril blocked this time. All right, take 1 last inhale. 1 more exhale. And from that natural exhale position, begin now. 10 deep breaths. Good. Force that inhale. Feel the belly expand. Rib cage expand 360 degrees around. If you want to, you can switch nostrils if you are doing this with one nostril blocked. Let's go for 3 more. 2 more breaths. And last one. Go ahead and relax. Nose slow and low on the recovery breathing. Let's take 3 more recovery breaths. All right, one more time. Here, I want you to challenge yourself as best you can. Relax your face, relax your neck, relax your shoulders. I don't want to see a lot of this movement. Do your best to relax all of those and have the primary engine that is driving your breathing come from here, come from the diaphragm, come from your belly, come from your rib cage. All right, take a normal breath in, normal breath out. Begin from that neutral lung position. Five more, at least if you're following my pace. It's interesting. I think my left nostril's more open than my right one. Maybe you're experiencing something similar. 3 more. Last 2. Last one, deeply in. Let it go. Good. Nice job. Go ahead and take that Buteyko Belt off if you have that on. All right. We're going to come into that balloon breathing now, which helps to both strengthen the expiratory muscles that we have, which primarily are the inner intercostal muscles, as well as your abdomen. So I want most of the focus with each and every exhale to be in this space. I want you to feel like this is curling down slightly with each and every breath. Again, not a lot of vertical movement. Relax the muscles in your face, your neck, and your shoulders. This is also going to help you train your lung capacity, which is vitally important to be able to get oxygen into your system when you're up on the mountain. So from that relaxed seated position, straight, upright back, take a deep inhale through your nose. All of our inhales are through the nose. And begin. 1 minute on the clock. There goes one balloon. Luckily, I have a second. Notice when I do it, there's not a lot of this back and forth shoulder movement. It's deeply in through the belly. And when I press out, it's curling down into the abdomen. If you feel really lightheaded during this, go ahead and breathe more slowly. Let's go for just 2 more breaths. and stop. I should have mentioned, if you don't have a balloon, you're breathing into your hand, like you're warming up your hands. I apologize for that. Breathe normally for the next 5 or so breaths, and then we're going to do this again. Again, if you don't have a balloon, make a fist. Breathe into your hand like you're warming up your hand. You can control the resistance by how tightly you have your hand closed. All right, get ready. We're going to go for one more time now. And in 3, 2, 1, deep inhale through your nose. And go. We're shooting for each inhale to be as full as you can, and each exhale to be as squeezed out as you can. This is going to help train that elasticity of your lungs. Again, that builds that lung capacity. "20 more seconds. Each inhale through the nose, feel that resistance to the air. Pull the air in, then exhale as strongly as you can and as fully as you can. Just 5 more seconds. All right, go ahead and relax. We're gonna go into an exercise now called Breathe Light. It's gonna offset the pH imbalance that we just created with all this strong breathing. To do Breathe Light, I invite you to place your index finger just beneath your nose, resting on your upper lip. Take a normal breath in, and as you exhale, feel the air run across your finger on the way out. Good. Take another breath. And now begin to slow down your breathing. We are literally breathing lighter than we normally would, to the point that maybe you barely even feel the air run across your finger on the way in and on the way out. Do your best to relax your shoulders. We don't want to hold on to much tension in this exercise. And as you breathe lighter and more slowly, and taking in a bit less air with each and every breath, maybe that's going to invite this sensation of air hunger, the feeling like you need to take a much bigger breath. That's completely normal in this exercise. In fact, this is what we're going for. That air hunger is a sign that carbon dioxide's risen in your blood. What that means is, when you start to exercise or climb on a mountain at higher and higher intensity levels, we can train the chemoreceptors in our brainstem to not force you to take bigger, faster, rapid breaths. It's going to help you feel less out of breath during exercise and on the mountain. This is why we train with this particular exercise. Let's continue here for another minute or so with this very slow, controlled breathing. Do your best to control the breath on the way in, especially at the top of the inhale, and control the breath on the way out, especially at the bottom of the exhale. If you find yourself with breathing that's become uncontrollable, take a couple of normal breaths and then drop back into it. Do your best to stick with it. That light, slow, light, less air breathing. Let's go for another 20 seconds or so. You can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Go ahead and relax. Take a couple of normal breaths. Actually, what we're going to do now is a couple of physiological sighs, which helps to offload that carbon dioxide that's risen in the blood. Take a normal breath in through your nose. Then pause just for a moment and then sniff in again, a jolt of air into the lungs. And then exhale through your mouth. Let it go. Again, in. Pause. In. Exhale. One more time. In. Pause. Sniff. Exhale. Nice. We're going to go into a long tail exhale breathing. That simply means our exhale becomes longer than the inhale. So let's begin inhaling on a count of 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the nose on a count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale, 3, 2, 1, and exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, maybe now on a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale. Maybe close your eyes. Just focus on your breathing. And exhale. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And exhale. One last breath now. Inhale. And exhale. 3, 2, 1. Allow your natural breathing to come back to you now. If you had your eyes closed, maybe you can blink them open. Invite some movement back to your body, into the wrists, into the feet. Maybe take a nice big stretch up into the air. Bring a smile to your face. Nice job training your breath with me again this morning. One last high five to you. Way to put in the work, put in the time. Again, we did some respiratory muscle training, helped to train the inspiratory muscles. Then we did some balloon breathing, which helps train your lung capacity as well as your expiratory muscles. And then obviously we did some breathe light, which helps train that carbon dioxide tolerance so that you can feel less out of breath on the mountain and training for the mountain. Once again, my name is Anthony LaRubia from here at Recal Training. If you haven't already, I highly encourage you to take the Recal Breath Index Assessment, which helps you define the weakest areas of your breathing. That way you know what to train so you can train smarter and prepare yourself in a more unique but ultimately highly, highly influential way for yourself on the mountain. Take it from the hundreds of athletes that have used breathwork training to climb some of the world's highest mountains. They all started right here with the Recal Breath Index. I want to thank you all so much again for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Take care, everybody. Bye now.